There is so much talk around this Vikings squad. I have a lot of hype actually. I am a Kyler Murray fan. I was a Cardinals fan, but then man, they just kind of stunk up the joint. We've talked about it at length where there's parts of me I don't. I think he's going to be the starter week one, but there's parts of me where it's like, okay, when do they go? Oh no, let's switch quarterbacks and have a little change of scenery. Because there's parts of me where no matter who's the starter in these first three games, this is a gauntlet to open this season because playoff team, playoff team, playoff team. Okay. And no matter who the starting quarterback is, they very well could be 1-2. No matter who the starter is. And so there's parts of me where it's like, okay, if Kyler goes 1-2, and it's like, all right, let's switch it up a little bit to McCarthy. And then it's like, okay, look who he gets to play. The Dolphins, the Saints. Like, are you kidding me? Which there will probably be a decision made here because then you look Lions, Bills, Packers, Fortnite. Like, you have another gauntlet of four teams of, okay, playoff team, playoff team, playoff team, playoff team, maybe potential playoff team. So I'm not too high on the Vikings because there's kind of that, thought of if you have two quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. There's parts of me that think the Vikings know what they're doing, and they probably brought Kyler Murray in because he might be the future of the franchise. But I, at the same time, could see this be kind of the Sam Darnold or the Baker Mayfield, where it's like, okay, good job, you helped the Vikings go 12-5. You just earned yourself a contract with the Dolphins. You earned yourself a contract with the Panthers or the Saints. Um, that is a real possibility. So, with that being said, because we've seen the Vikings do stuff like that at home, week one against the Packers, I can see this be a win. And the reason why I'm going to say I can see it be a win is because all this offseason talk, watch them show up week one and just whack the Packers. And then all the critics, silent. But then week two happens and they probably lose to Chicago. Tampa, I will give them a loss here. I'll have them beat the Dolphins. I can have them beating the Saints. The Chicago one, I'm a little torn because sometimes. No. Yeah. Yeah, no. So sitting at 3-2 after the bye week. Home against the Colts, I could see them beat the Colts. At Detroit, no. No. Home against Buffalo, no. At Green Bay, no. Versus San Francisco, this is a neutral site game. Well, not yeah, neutral because it's. But this is kind of like a secondary because when the 49ers played the Cardinals, there were more 49er fans there. Kind of like Knicks fans, where no matter where they go over, they take over the stadium. Yeah, no. So we have four losses in a row after starting 3-2 and then 4-2. Pretty good start. Noticing a pattern of I'll have him bounce back against Atlanta and then Carolina. Lucked out pretty much with these two out of division games because I I don't think the Falcons are no. I would pick Saints or Bucks to have a better season than these two. At New England, probably not. I could see them splitting 1-1 with Detroit. Yeah. No. Well, it's at home. Sure, I'll give it to him. They'll probably do the whiteout around Christmas. Yeah, that'd be sick. All right, and then against Washington, you know what? Yeah, let's have him get back on track a little bit here. Then at New York, yes. And then against Chicago. No, here's why. Hold on. I can't have him winning four in a row. Or one, two, three, four, five, six of their last seven. That is no. That no here. Nope. Give it back. Give it back. Um at home against Chicago. Well, let's see here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8-8. No, wait, what one? Oh my gosh, yeah, 8-8. I was like, what the? Who this? Okay, that would put a lot of implicate because this could be the game where the Bears, you know, wrap it up, seal the North. But then this could also be the game where, okay, can the Vikings get that seventh seed? Because at 8-8, their chances, it'd probably be one of those situations where they need to win and then they need help of like, okay, the Rams tying, like a tie or a loss. It's like the mathematic, those situations where you need to win, but you need some help. Um, with that, no, no, I'm not gonna no because a 9-8 Vikings team I don't think makes the playoffs, and an 8-9 Vikings team doesn't make the playoffs either. There is a lot of games, particularly the Bucks. Let's go outside of the division. The Bucks, the 49ers, the Patriots, Washington, and Buffalo. There are a handful of games that they need to win. And that's ultimately what I think it's going to be is those out of division games are probably going to be because I don't think they would win the North, but like mathematically, even if you don't win the division and you go 0-6 in division play, if you win your other games, technically speaking, if you win outright, you go 11-6. 11-6 can get you into the playoffs. But when you look at these out of division games, again, the Bucks, Colts, Bills, Washington, the Patriots, the 49ers, if they can't win over half of them and only lose one, they're not making the postseason. And so rather than circling and it's the Bears lost, that's why they didn't make the postseason. I would circle and go over all the other games where there's a slate here: Lions, Bills, Packers. The slate of games right here, and then this final push in the final five because the Washington game is very winnable. Same with the Jets game, but like for all sakes and purposes, I don't know. I'm not really bought in with Minnesota. Minnesota hasn't impressed me as of late. Yeah, I don't know. We will see. I could this could be the season where all the doubters of the Vikings because that's the other thing too. When you look at who has won the North in the last handful of years, like it either goes to the Packers, and then like Packers, Bears, Lions, and then like once every blue moon, the Vikings pop up. That could be what this season is. That very well could be what this season is. But yeah, I'll be sure to let me know, Vikings fans. Hopefully, I didn't trigger you too much with the predictions. They have a tough schedule, but ooh, we'll see. We'll see. Funny enough, like I know this prediction is wrong because there's parts of me that can see the Vikings being very successful, like how they were with Sam Darnold, where they do get 12 wins, 13 wins, 14 wins, where Kyler Murray shows up, doesn't want to stay in Minnesota, or Minnesota pulls the most Minnesota thing and they send him to a different team, and then he goes and gets a contract somewhere else. I've been saying that for a while. The team I was thinking he'd go to, Saints or Dolphins. It would definitely be someone on this tour that he beat. So they beat the Dolphins. Dolphins offer something like that, or like maybe the Colts, where they're like, you know what, we're gonna make a quarterback change. I don't know, but anyways, y'all, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.